Good morning, Reds. Welcome to Liver Live, your go-to source for all things Liverpool FC. Whether it's match reactions, transfer news, or behind-the-scenes stories, we've got everything you need to stay connected with the Reds. Grab your coffee, get comfortable, and let's dive into the latest from Anfield. Liverpool leave it late to beat West Ham as Salah breaks Premier League record. Liverpool resumed their march to a second Premier League title on Sunday with a 2-1 victory over West Ham United as Mohamed Salah broke the record for most goal involvements in a season, and Virgil van Dijk scored a late winner, after West Ham had scored an equaliser in the 86th minute. Skipper Van Dijk grabbed the winner with a header 3 minutes later in front of the Kop to put Liverpool 2 wins away from the title. The result gave Liverpool a 13-point lead over second-placed Arsenal with 6 games left, while West Ham are 17th with 35 points, 14 points from the relegation zone. Prior to kickoff, a minute's silence was held at Anfield to honor the 97 victims of the 1989 Hillsborough Stadium disaster. But the fans were in full voice soon after, chanting Salah's name to celebrate his 2-year contract extension. Van Dijk's contract expires at the end of the season, but the Dutchman hinted he could stay. With a development expected next week, the main focus was to get 3 points and get a little closer to all of our dreams. Everyone knows how much I love this club. Let's see what next week will look like, he said. I can say I'm very proud today to captain my 100th game for Liverpool. It was an emotional day with the Hillsborough anniversary, following a bright start for the home side. Salah duly delivered the cross for the first goal, a sublime pass with the outside of his boot that curled past the last defender and gave Luis Diaz a simple tap-in at the edge of the 6-yard box. The opener gave Salah the record for the most goal involvements in a 38-game Premier League season, 45 consisting of 27 goals and 18 assists. Don Hutchinson reveals what he hears from inside Liverpool. Don Hutchinson believes it is a matter of time until Virgil van Dijk commits to Liverpool. The Reds captain is expected to put pen to paper on a new contract this week. Much has been made of Van Dijk's future during Arne Slot's side's charge towards the Premier League title. His current deal expires in June, and there has been plenty of debate as to whether he will stay along with Trent Alexander-Arnold and Mo Salah. The latter signed a fresh 2-year deal last Friday, and Van Dijk is poised to do similar. The Netherlands international underlined his importance to Liverpool yet again by heading home the winner in a 2-1 victory over West Ham United on Sunday. It moved the Reds to within 6 points of being crowned champions of England for a 20th time in the club's history, and Hutchinson believes that Van Dijk's celebrations after his 89th-minute intervention underlined that good news is coming for Koppitz. The ex-Liverpool midfielder said on the Premier League's Goal Rush program, "From what I'm hearing from inside, I think it will get done. It's only a matter of time." The fact he was kissing the badge at the end in front of the Kop, he's saying he loves the club. The fans love me. It's only a matter of time. Van Dijk did hint after the West Ham triumph that his new deal could be announced this week. However, Liverpool boss Slot was tight-lipped at his post-match press conference. Slot said, "I think he means let's see what next week means when we play Leicester City, because that is, at this moment of time, by far the most important thing this club is looking at. 2 more wins. I think the first 32 games have shown us how difficult it is, not only for us but for every team in the Premier League, to win a game of football." David Ornstein revealed 2 priority Liverpool transfer target. Liverpool are gearing up for what has been described as a really busy summer by David Ornstein, who has revealed the identities of 2 of their big summer targets, while also revealing the names of 7 players who could potentially depart Anfield this summer. With defensive and attacking additions likely to be the order of the day this summer, a telling update from trusted journalist Ornstein has revealed exactly who Slot and sporting director Richard Hughes are pushing hardest to sign. "It's going to be a really busy summer with recruitment," Ornstein told NBC Sports on Sunday. "I think they're in the mix for Dean Huijsen at Bournemouth, the centre-half, Milos Kerkez, the left-back at Bournemouth, perhaps a striker with Darwin Nunez expected to leave as well as confirming that Trent Alexander-Arnold is still expected to depart for Real Madrid, and with Nunez's time coming to a close, Ornstein has also revealed the names of 5 other players whose future remains under the spotlight. The uncertainty surrounding Ibrahima Konate, who's going into the last 12 months of his contract, with no breakthrough on those terms. What's going to happen with Jarell Quansah, Harvey Elliott, Joe Gomez, even Luis Diaz, is approaching the final 2 years of his contract, so there's a lot to sort out." Referencing Alexander-Arnold, Ornstein confirmed, "It's a different situation with Trent Alexander-Arnold. The expectation is that he will leave for Real Madrid as a free agent at the end of the season. Perhaps some criticism for Liverpool, for FSG on that front, for leaving it late on a younger player who has come through the system here at Anfield." Arne Slot names 2 West Ham players who could easily play for Liverpool. Arne Slot has picked out 2 West Ham stars who could easily have been playing for Liverpool. Sunday saw Liverpool welcome the Irons to Anfield knowing that a win would take them within a week of being able to secure the Premier League title. Despite Luis Diaz's early opener, it wasn't easy for the Reds as Graham Potter's men put up a fight. West Ham eventually equalised in the 86th minute thanks to an Andy Robertson own goal, only for Virgil van Dijk to put Liverpool back ahead 3 minutes later. The 2-1 victory moved Slot's champions in, waiting a whopping 13 points clear at the top, while West Ham dropped to 17th, just one place outside the relegation zone. Slot, though, believes that their position is an indicator of how strong this season's Premier League is and named 2 West Ham players who had outstanding performances. They also have players, and that's what makes the Premier League so strong this season, the Liverpool boss explained. I think they're 16th or 17th in the league, but I can name you 1 or 2 players that could easily have played with us today as well in terms of quality. That is what the Premier League is about. And they used them more and more in the second half, these 2 quality players. And they have more, but I think Paqueta and Kudus were outstanding today, especially second half. Slot came up against Kudus when the Ghanaian forward played in the Eredivisie, while one of his assistant managers, John Heitinga, coached him during his time at Ajax. Kudus, 24, has previously been linked with a move to Anfield, but Mo Salah's decision to sign a new 2-year contract has changed the landscape. Frank Leboeuf says 3 Liverpool players are now so bad. Speaking on ESPN FC, the pundit was critical of Ibrahima Konate, Andy Robertson, and Van Dijk, with Leboeuf saying that the trio have all dropped off massively in form in recent weeks despite Sunday's win against West Ham. Carragher spotted Robertson shouting at Van Dijk after the Liverpool defenders combined for an unfortunate own goal to allow West Ham a route back into the game, and Leboeuf believes the duo as well as Konate have been poor of late for the Reds. Leboeuf said, "What happened to Robertson? Robertson was one of the best left-backs in the world, and just before Liverpool conceded there was an action where Bowen goes behind the 2 centre-backs and he doesn't follow. These guys have lost their basics, Konate and Van Dijk as well. Good for Van Dijk to score because otherwise people would have things to say, but I don't recognize these players, they've disappeared, they don't have the stamina or the guts to finish the game." West Ham deserved more from this game. Week after week, it's a disappointment. Liverpool are on course to win the Premier League title, with Arne Slot's side being the best in England by some distance throughout the entire season, having built up such a commanding lead heading into the final games of the campaign. Yet there is also no denying that Liverpool's form has dropped off massively in the last month or so, with Fulham easily beating the Reds last week, as West Ham should have come away with something at Anfield on Sunday. Indeed, Liverpool's work earlier in the season will carry them to the Premier League title, but most fans will admit that the final weeks will be a slog with so many players in poor form, including the likes of Konate and Van Dijk. Liverpool serious about signing £86 million star. Liverpool are serious about signing Nicolo Barella from Inter Milan at the end of the season, and they could use the likes of Federico Chiesa or Darwin Nunez as a part of the deal. According to a report from Inter Live, Liverpool are very keen on signing the 28-year-old Italian international midfielder at the end of the season. It is no secret that they need a quality central midfielder, and the Italian would be an exceptional acquisition. Barella is undoubtedly one of the best players in his position across Europe, and he could improve Liverpool immensely. They need someone who can control the tempo of the game and add creativity and technical ability in the middle of the park as well. Players like Alexis Mac Allister and Ryan Gravenberch have been overused this season. It remains to be seen whether Liverpool can get the deal done. The Italian has been linked with Manchester United as well. The midfielder is reportedly valued at £86 million. The report claims Liverpool could include Chiesa or Nunez in the deal. Both players have been quite underwhelming this season, and it would not be a surprise. Chiesa has struggled for regular game time, and Nunez has not been able to find the back of the net consistently. Liverpool need a more reliable striker, and they should look to bring in an upgrade on the South American. Nunez could be keen on a fresh start, and he has been linked with the move away from Liverpool in recent months. On the other hand, the opportunity to return to his homeland could be exciting for Chiesa. He needs to play more often at this stage of his career, and sitting on the bench at Liverpool is unlikely to benefit him. It remains to be seen how the situation unfolds. Liverpool injury news and return dates. Alexander Arnold has not played since suffering an ankle injury in the Champions League loss to Paris Saint-Germain last month. He is expected to be back before the end of the season, but a return is seemingly not imminent. Alexander Arnold and Joe Gomez are currently the Reds' only injured players, with the latter sidelined after undergoing hamstring surgery earlier this year. Slot addressed both players' recoveries ahead of Liverpool's loss to Fulham on April 6, saying that both players would not be back in the coming weeks. Speaking in February, Slot said of Gomez, "He's out for a long time. He will be back maybe just before the end of the season. Both players are most likely to return in May, when the Premier League title might already have been wrapped up. Liverpool currently leads second-placed Arsenal by 13 points with just 6 games remaining, and 2 more victories will be enough to guarantee the title. Regardless of how the Gunners perform in the run-in, Slot's men could even wrap up the title this weekend. Although that would require Arsenal to lose against the doomed Ipswich Town and Liverpool to beat the equally hopeless Leicester, which is markedly more likely. Slot said after the win over West Ham that he doesn't care where Liverpool wins it, as long as the team ultimately gets over the line. I don't care where we win it. We know we have to win 2 more games to guarantee the title, which has been on 32 occasions difficult enough for us, Slot said. First win 2 and that is the only thing we should focus on, and each week try to improve more and more to give us a better chance to win a game next week against Leicester. And that's a wrap for today, Reds. Thanks for tuning in to Liver Live, your daily home for everything Liverpool FC. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, you'll never walk alone.